Yeah, we were at Quantico, Virginia in-service training, and I had just shot the highest score you could ever shoot without having a perfect target. I pulled the last shot out, quarter of an inch off the bullseye, and I was shooting a 2-inch barrel gun. Everybody else was shooting 4-inch, which is easier to shoot with a long sighting radius. And then that afternoon, they had 5 instructors holed up in a house, a big 4-story building, and about 20 of us to arrest them without guns. And they didn't give us any instructions. And all of a sudden, a guy about young 40s came running out of the building, and there were about 20 of us or 25 of us standing there, and nobody did anything. And I remembered what an instructor said once: if you're going to get in trouble in the FBI, get in trouble for doing something, not for not doing something. So that occurred to me, so I ran after the guy and tackled him and put that Indian death hold on his legs and sat on it. Then I grabbed him by the hair and pulled his head back and told him to give me his left hand, and I slapped the handcuffs on him pretty hard, and then I made him give me the right hand, and I put the other, so I had him with his hands cuffed behind him. Then I took my belt off and put it around his ankles where I was sitting on his legs, and he was hollering about that. Then I ran the belt up under the chain of the handcuffs and tied a knot in it and stood up. And he rolled over all full of dirt, and he was madder than hell. And he says, "Who in the fuck are you?" And so I told him, "I'm just a poor little old resident agent from Hammond, Indiana." He says, "Get me out of this goddamn thing." So he got up, I dusted them all off and everything, and everybody else disappeared by that time. So I thought I might be in serious trouble because he was really upset. They had been short one instructor, so they asked him to do that. So after he asked me, "Who are you?" I asked him who he was. He said, "I'm the special agent in charge of the Louisville office." So he asked me a few questions, and he was anxious to get out of there and get the other clothes on, I guess. And so I just went in, and I thought, hell, he could cause you a lot of problems. Nobody said anything. And so I went and cleaned my gun, and we ate in a cafeteria there, and he didn't show up there, so I figured he'd be there tonight. So they served food from 6 to 7:30, so I went at 7. And there he was, the only guy in there sitting there and waving his finger at me to come and eat with him. And then he started asking me all kinds of questions. So I found out later that he spoke to the instructors down there and everything, and they told him, and then I had won that contest where you walk down with a guy on each side and the targets come out. I'd never shot anything like that, and they had one, and I didn't know anything about it. And there was a hot shot there that told everybody he was the greatest shot in the FBI, and so they had us walk down the road, and there were 80 people there, I guess, watching. And so I'd never even seen it except on TV. And anyway, every time a target popped up, I'd shoot. And you had to draw the gun and shoot. And to make a long story short, I beat him on 9 of the 10 tries, and on one in the middle it had a picture of a woman holding a baby. And I didn't shoot, and he shot, and they said, "You just killed 2 people." So I think that guy was. Then we went back to Washington, D.C. to take a big test, and 3 o'clock the afternoon, they called me in and said they were holding me over for 20 days, 30 days, to be a firearms instructor. And they were starting a new course that I was going to teach called hand-to-hand combat. And then that night, Mom called me, and I had to go home the next day.
Oh.
So that I had to pass it up. But that I would have been an instructor at Quantico there.
Oh.